Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Pathfinder, the Carrion Crown from D6 Damage. Today we are leveling up. We are going to give you a behind-the-curtain look at our characters and show you how the sausage is made. It won't be quite that gross, trust me on this. Guys, why don't you say hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey there.
So,
looks like a lady.
Unfortunately, we will not be joined by our fantastic Cleric, D. Hundo. He has commitments elsewhere in the world, but the desert winds will surely blow him back to us soon, and we can continue on with the adventure.
Yeah, next episode we'll just focus on him leveling up. So in 2 weeks' time, I kid, I think.
All right, so let's begin by talking a little about our characters and what we're playing. So, as you know, I am playing an Occultist. I am going into level 3, and what that gives me is a new implement school, as well as a feat that I am planning on spending getting into the item mastery feats. So I have a couple of choices that I would like the party's input on. Let me just pull up item mastery feats. What these feats are is they give you extra ways to use magical items, and for the occultist, you can take a feat that allows you to use implement schools in place of your your magic items that you would ordinarily use for the feat.
Uh-huh.
Sounds interesting. Definitely means that you'll be pawing over every little bit of treasure looking for what new little thing you're going to add to your repertoire.
Well, not really, because the occultist, the implement mastery feat really kind of just lets you get away from that. You've got a limited number of choices anyway.
Oh, okay.
The first feat I was considering is called Curative Mastery. This gives you an extra casting of Cure Light Wounds. You can cast it as a spell-like ability. And as you increase in level, you get additional uses of it, and this goes off your base fortitude save. You can get it when your fortitude save hits +2, which it already has. Then you get an additional use at +4, and you can spend uses for better versions like Cure Moderate Wounds. You can even do things like Cure Critical Wounds, and you can even do Breath of Life. So that's one option. But it's not necessarily the only option, especially since we have a party with so many powerful healers in it.
Yeah, well, cover bases. Go ahead.
Another option is Resistance Mastery. Once per day, you can meditate for 10 minutes in order to use magical armor or wondrous items that have an abjuration spell of 2nd level or higher as part of its construction requirements. What it lets you do is it gives you a +1 resistance bonus on all saves, or 5 points of energy resistance against one energy type. And you can change that every day. It lasts for 24 hours.
That's quite interesting. There's a similar magic item like that in 5th edition that essentially once per day you would be able to change what kind of magical protection you have. And I'm always keen on just getting those kind of resistances. It's not as flashy as being impossible to hit, but impossible to hurt's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Well, so the issue with this feat is it definitely peters off after a while. Like, the resistance bonus doesn't scale, and you don't get more than the real basic energy resistance at 5. And at a certain point, that's really kind of negligible.
Well, it's also a good thing to have on hand when you need it.
A really good one, well, it's not really good, it's just kind of okay, but one that would be kind of cool for Deacon specifically is Symbolic Mastery. This allows you to basically fire magical projectiles out of your holy symbol. But this is really intended for a cleric that follows a specific deity, which Deacon basically doesn't. So, it's not really in
Deacon's full of mysteries you guys haven't unlocked yet.
That's true. Well, to be fair, even though Deacon doesn't follow one specific god, since he's able to access the power of his holy symbols, I don't think it's unfair to say he'd be able to do that as well, and I don't know, may cover more range needs that Deacon has. I guess one middle ground to compromise, if you want to think about it, is maybe he does the ability, maybe not as strong, or I guess shoot immediately because he's not a direct follower, but the fact he can access that gives him the ability to do so. At least I think.
You hear that, D6? They're never going to look into it.
Yeah. Well, such is life. Anyway, let's move on from what I may or may not do with this feat to the focus power that I'm going to be getting. So there are a couple of choices. Number one is Fleshmend, which is one of the best focus powers in the Conjuration School. Let's see. Fleshmend, where are you? Here we go. As a standard action, you can expend 1 point of mental focus to heal a living creature with a touch. The creature is healed an amount of damage equal to 1d8 plus your occultist level. For every 4 levels you possess beyond 3rd, the creature is healed an additional 1d8 points of damage to a maximum of 5d8 plus 19. It's cool. I don't necessarily know if I need it right now, though, when I have other potentially more interesting options. Another one that I'm pretty excited about that I think me and Jack could definitely get together on is an ability called Size Alteration. As a standard action, you can expend 1 point of mental focus to touch a creature to alter its size. You can increase or decrease the creature's size by 1 step, as if enlarge person or reduce person, but not limited by the creature's type. So, if we wanted a large category Sika or a tiny category Jack, we could have both.
Huzzah!
I want a large category Sal.
Never.
I
just want to see the fruit merch just start pushing away as quickly as you can. Like, no!
It's coming! It's coming!
You don't have to run that fast, but I should still keep moving.
Yeah. Or better yet, when we come across a big gate, it's like, we're not going to get through here. Oh, don't worry, I got it. Deacon, what do you? Suddenly, giant-sized ball just crashes down the castle gate.
And then proceeds to just start eating the grass.
Exactly. You're driving and boosh. The biggest ever something. Wait, what? Top of the lawn, eats the grass. And beside him, the sign says, "Do not walk on grass."
Bob's a rule breaker.
Lives dangerously.
Extremely.
A lot of great potential there, and I'm sure you're going to be doing some rather interesting things with them.
Yeah, so
I will say that
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I will say that I find Conjuration to probably be one of the best schools of magic, outside my preference for illusions.
All right, so moving on from me, Grigori, what were you planning on doing this level? I assume you're going to be continuing down the path of the Paladin.
Yeah, I was planning on it. I was planning on continuing with Holy Gun for a while. And it's kind of odd because now that I've kind of reached this potential, and I'm kind of like, what do I do now? Like Grigori was kind of a character I thought up on a whim that you guys helped me create, and I don't play the game nearly enough to know just immediately on the fly what I want. So out of everyone in the dice bag, I'm probably the most filthy casual tabletop player.
come now. Gatekeeping is for other folks. This is playing Dungeons and Dragons. If you're not allowed, then you're an anomaly.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at some of the stuff that paladins get at 3rd level. So first off, you get +1 to your base attack bonus, so that'll take it to +3. Looks like you get +1 to your reflex saves, which isn't bad. Now, the generic paladin will get Aura of Courage, Divine Health, and Mercy.
And the Holy Gun does not get anything special at this level, which means you get all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to change up the base attack bonus in.
To change the base attack bonus, you need to be on the
So you go to configuration.
page.
Oh, I see it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Welcome to the D6 Carrion Crown Show. We teach you how to kind of work money.
So, Aura of Courage is fantastic for this because I suspect we're going to be dealing with a lot of fear effects.
Mm-hmm.
And Aura of Courage just means that you and everybody within 10 feet of you get +4 on saving throws against fear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's fantastic. Also, 3rd level Divine Health just means you're immune to disease. No need to worry about that. And the more complicated thing is the Mercy, because you get to choose between one of 5 different choices. So you have the Mercy is essentially it allows you to use Lay on Hands to cure an effect on somebody. So there's Deceived, which allows you to give somebody a new saving throw on illusions. Fatigued, which means you can cure fatigued condition. Riled is an interesting one. It allows you to essentially cast Calm Emotion, which is kind of strange. But only for the purposes of suppressing morale bonuses, such as Rage, and emotion effects that aren't fear. It's kind of weird. Or you get Shaken or Sickened. Those are your other 2 options.
Nice.
I have to assume that the mercy for letting you get another save on an illusion is just a slap.
Yeah.
Stop it!
I know.
So I don't remember. If we run into Shaken?
Yeah, I think the Piper did shake.
Yeah, the Piper could shake us. Sickened is also really debilitating.
If you,
So both of those are good.
if you guys fail to save, you would take a -2 to some things.
If you want to cheese the hell out of the game with me, you could take Fatigued. And then basically I would never have to sleep ever again.
Jeez.
He's not wrong.
Well, because it means I only have to sleep an hour every 2 days. To avoid being exhausted. So, I mean, all of those choices are good. Being able to get rid of any of these conditions is super, super helpful. I think probably the best one, since that we've run into, is Shaken. But like I said, Sickened can be super debilitating if we're dealing with things like ghasts. But we have no idea if we'll run into them, only that they're undead, and so it's kind of likely.
Okay.
And Fatigued would just be helping me cheese things. It would be really good if we had a Barbarian, but we don't. So Fatigued isn't super useful.
Yeah. I mean, if you
You're
had
a
a
barbarian at heart.
wild.
Mm-hmm. I could take a level in Barbarian. That'd be pretty funny.
Oh no, please no.
Who keeps
Are you sure?
the pages in my book?
We don't need a librarian in the party.
Librarian. Yeah. No, that would be a bard barbarian because it's a liar and a barbarian. Librarian.
Take the joke.
Yeah, I'm just explaining it.
No, I'll go with Shaken, I think.
I think that's the best choice.
I like Stirred better.
Okay.
Which
That
I
was
like
bad.
to see that as you gently placing your hand on someone's shoulder, comforting them. And then you slap them.
My friend, snap out of it!
Unfortunately, you don't get any more additional uses. You still have you're still stuck at 4 uses of lay on hands per day, but it's not bad.
Really? I thought it goes up.
It goes up for 1 every 2 levels.
Equal to half your level plus your charisma.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, that's... Oh well.
I had in a party of mine, a paladin chose a mercy that allowed him to remove sicknesses or poisons. It was that remove poison.
Yeah,
And,
but that's at 9th level, unfortunately.
another player had just imbibed a heavy amount of alcohol and was not role-playing. He was drunk. And the person touched him with that mercy to remove it. As I described that, he now had to throw up. He went running to throw up. The DM was the player was quite upset with me, saying, like, that's not what I wanted to happen. I just wanted this poison to go away. It's like, well, this is how I choose to interpret it this way. At a later point, when he got to drink a lot of alcohol and let it sit, I had to just fade. But that one time will always be there.
I'd also like to point out that divine health means you're immune to all diseases, hopefully including that nasty cough that you've been showing recently.
Yeah, maybe.
Yep.
All right, Grigori, what do you plan on doing with your skill points this level?
Skill points. I'm probably gonna throw a few into craft gun because I want to be able to make more and more weapons. Ideally, I would very much like to be the guy that invents like the semi-automatic rifle in this world.
So you get 2+ intelligence, and if you upgrade on the configuration page, if you up the level of your
Wait, he's
of
human,
your
so
class,
wouldn't he get one more on top of that?
You're right. You get an extra one. If you do that, it should automatically do it. Oh, then your favorite class, so you can choose... Oh, that's right. Humans have a dumb favorite class bonus for Paladin that's super good.
I would recommend taking knowledge and engineering as well on top of craft gun, just to better try and figure out new things to advance things. Because I'd regard craft as being able to figure out how to make basic things, but knowledge engineering allowing you to expand your thinking and build on that.
So you get 3+ your intelligence. But anyway, if you go to configuration, up the level of your... You know where you upped your base attack bonus?
I figured it out. I have 9 skill points.
Cool. Alright. Now you have your favorite class bonus, which you can either put into health, you can get an extra skill point, or as a paladin and a human, you have one of the best favorite class bonuses available, where you just add 1 to an energy resistance.
I think it should go with that, and it should be fire.
I would say yeah.
Alright.
Extra fire energy resistance.
I think that's a fantastic choice. So I would put that in the damage reduction spot that's right next to intelligence.
Configuration?
No. That one's in the main.
Yeah, that one's on main.
There we go. Fire. Damage resistance.
All right, so assuming you took it every time, you would have 3 fire resistance. Yeah, there we go. Fire resistance 3.
There we go.
Just looking on... Let's see. Looking on my end... did you do your skills? You got 1 in Spellcraft, 1 in Sense Motive, 1 in...
4 skill points into 2 knowledge and 2 ranks of engineering. Because it's not something I'm trained in.
Okay.
I can also assist you with that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
Points left.
this 6 in Gunslinger. Oh, yeah, there we go. That makes sense now.
Trying to figure out what to do with the last 3 skill points.
Putting another.
Perception would be quite good, considering that you're going to be trying to focus on range. You might also want to try looking into stealth, though. That might be something else entirely.
Of the things that are your tagged skills, heal wouldn't be bad because you can use heal to like identify monster wounds and that sort of thing. Knowledge religion wouldn't be bad if you wanted to go more with the Paladin of Abadar, and I like the idea of you using knowledge religion to like check on laws and rules because that's kind of a cool thing. Sense motive also isn't bad for you because if you want to be kind of inquisitorial about things.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a +6 in sense motive right now, so I'm gonna put a point in religion, put a point in heal. So that's it for me on skill points.
I really like the mental image of just making a knowledge religion check as he's in the middle of drinking from a flask and remembers, oh wait, in this place this is the holy day and drinkings are eyes bug out like, oh no! I was just washing my teeth with it.
No. He'd be like, it's water.
I'm going to turn this wine into water. No one's done that before. As Jack turns
it's like, it's wine. That's not water, it's wine. It's a miracle.
Abadar starts sweating, and you hear from the voice, I'll let it slide.
So, Grigori, I think the last 2 things for you are, number 1, your health. So you have a D10.
Because the good Lord wants to make sure his paladins can truck everything.
So
D10 is going up by 10, basically.
So you roll a d10 and you add your Constitution modifier. Or you can choose to take the 5 and add con. Yeah, you made the right decision. That's a 10.
That works.
So 10 plus con.
What happens when you're out of what?
10 plus con. I have no con score, so it's just flat 10.
You're dead. No, I'm sorry. You have no con modifier, then it's just 10.
Grigori's got maximum of 30 health.
Nice.
Nothing wrong
Wow.
with
Tanky
We got extremely lucky.
in disguise.
Another 30 and you'll almost be as healthy as the Lopper once was.
Or after Grigori shot him.
4.
Or
That was so much damage.
I know.
It was a killer shot.
Literally.
All right, last thing. What do you want to do for your feat?
Oh, crap.
no, don't worry. There's plenty of good feats because you're going range combat.
Voice icon.
It's a good icon.
No. We know what feats you want. Tell me what feats you have.
Is it that big run again?
Divine Deed, and what was this?
Those are features. You should have like point blank shot, precise shot, right?
I had point blank shot and precise shot. Where did they go in here?
I mean, pull up your character sheet.
They are not in here. Damn it, roll D20.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why they didn't put that
There's like
in
this
there.
little thing for combat here that's probably where those were.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, so you have those two, and then you can take. I would suggest taking rapid reload.
Yeah, I'll do that because I'm tired of having to spend one
Your
round.
movement, yeah. So now you can actually move and shoot. Because I think it reduces it to a swift action for pistols.
I was always keen on rapid reload because it made me think back to the Dark Tower series, where his name correctly was basically reloading a revolver with one hand as he was using the other hand just to fire at a bunch of possessed people. I was like, wait, reloading your revolver with one hand? That sounds impossible. That's awesome.
That's still a book series I still need to read.
It's a book series I need to finish. Well,
Apparently the really bad movie was supposed to be like the conclusion or something.
I mean, it's Idris Elba, and I like Idris Elba, but I don't like bad movies.
Wait, are you talking about the Dark Tower?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a bad movie though. I heard it got kind of mixed reviews.
I've seen it. I think that here's my take. It's not Stephen King's The Dark Tower. It's a kind of cool urban fantasy movie. It's got some interesting stuff in there. Matthew McConaughey and Idris Elba both do a great job. I think if you ever want to see a gunslinger versus like some kind of necromancy enchantment sorcerer, good movie.
True statement.
We just need more movies with Idris Elba. He's the best.
He does
All right.
a good job.
So, rapid reload reduces your reload time when using a one-handed early firearm down to a move action. So I think we already had it, which probably means we didn't have precise shot.
If you wanted to whip up something like a revolver and then at a later point build a speed loader, that seems entirely possible.
This is entirely possible because it's probably bound to happen. He's probably going to not only make a revolver, but he's probably going to make a revolver shotgun.
All right,
God, that'd be really cool.
So it's going to make the gun from Constantine.
Not quite. Picture a Taurus Judge, kind of like it's a 410 gauge revolver. So those really, really slim shells. He's not firing like a 12 gauge buckshot in a revolver form. He's firing like these little slender, like pen sized shells.
Long.
That does
strong.
sound gory. Yep, that's sounds gory.
Why does
Although
that
it is
interesting looking
technically it's a very small. Well, it traditionally was a small gun, I guess.
Now in Gregori's hands, now the way he's gonna build it.
So anyway, yeah, you should have 3 feats at this level because you're a human. So it should be precise shot, point blank shot, and rapid reload.
Yep. So I've got like the holy trinity of shooting combos now.
Oh no, you don't understand. There's a 4th one that you're gonna have to get next, called
Fourth
deadly
now.
aim,
Oh, deadly aim. Yeah.
which is power attack at range. And since you're on touch, the reduction to your to hit doesn't really matter.
Yeah. You're also very good at hitting things anyway. So
Yeah, so it's like, oh yeah, just free damage.
Doomboy, I dropped an image of what.
I saw that, and I just went, my goodness. I'm both aroused and concerned. Caroused.
Anyway, we're just gonna skip over that.
Like steampunky version of something like that would probably be what he'd build with a longer barrel.
Mm-hmm.
I can see him building that. Good lord.
Anyway, I think that's it for you.
Would Deadly Aim apply to a scatter gun as well?
In the firearm section, it says something about that.
I mean, there are two paths I see Grigori going down. There's the like gunslinging paladin path, which he's going to go like dual pistols and like pretty much hide all his weapons up his sleeves and stuff, or go like Il Duce from Boondock Saints and just use two guns all the time. Or he's gonna go like power weapon style paladin, where he's got like shotguns, rifles, and other things.
I would go both.
As far as I know,
Depends how long he lives.
it would
Fair point.
it would still work on a scatter.
It seems like it shouldn't, based off what it's supposed to be. But
I think you still roll to attack with a shotgun. Is basically what it is. So any attack where you roll to attack.
yes, it was just the notion of like, I'm going to take a precise shot, aiming right above the shoulder blade. You have a musket. You just pick a direction.
Well, yeah, but now you're talking about game mechanic versus.
Yeah.
And
That's what I said.
don't we have a whole video about me arguing that the gunslinger doesn't work and shouldn't be a class because of game mechanics versus.
I will, however, say that shooting with both muskets and shotguns is more complicated than one would think. Because you do have shot groups to think about, and aiming is part of it.
It doesn't make sense not know.
Yeah.
Because it's a game, and we have to check off some boxes in our brain sometimes, just to let things flow.
So basically, with a scatter weapon, when you shoot, you make an attack roll against everyone in the cone. And its attack damage cannot be modified by precision damage or damage increasing feats such as Vital Strike. So maybe it can't. Interesting.
We'll find an exact ruling on that before.
And if you're watching, give us your own potential takes on it, folks. We might listen. Or not. Probably not.
I don't really care.
I care. I'm contractually obligated.
That's part of the carrying clause.
Yeah.
The Carrion clause?
Yeah, then we just walk into a room where we meet the carrion clause. It's a giant crab.
I love crabs.
Stop reading ahead, okay? Just play things as it is. Book 4 is going to be great.
We'll figure
It was me, a big crab.
Take this.
Okay. Let's move on.
Yeah. Why don't we do? Rigel next?
Good choice.
Alright. Well, alright. Let's see. Look at we're getting third level, and then, yeah, other than one, I think it's, no, that's the thing. When looking at the upgrade table for Magus, it says plus, from second to third level, it just says +3. Is that +3 addition, or did you just say it just +3?
Okay, so when you're looking at the tree, it from second to third, you're talking about the saves, right?
Yeah.
No, so that's just your base save. You're not adding any more. So your fortitude save for a level 3 Magus is +3.
Okay, so it stays at +3.
Yeah, it's not like a cumulative thing.
Okay. Kind of sucks because I was hoping it would be the other one, but no, I can understand what they do. Just want to make sure.
I mean,
I get one more reflex.
Be really rough. Level 1 spell with super high DCs.
Yeah, I suppose. But anyways, I get Magus Arcana, and actually D6. You did say that I could you really were upselling Arcane Strike, which I'm all in favor too. But looking at the Magus Arcana for upgrade and such, I won't get Arcane Strike until 9, but I can get Arcane Accuracy, which seems to be the base form of Arcane Strike.
Well, Arcane... that's Accurate Strike you're looking at. Arcane Strike is a feat that you can take rather than an Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something you can take at this level through your feats. And Arcane Strike on the feats, I think at this point in the game it'll only add +1 to damage, but it will grow as you get higher in level. As for Arcana, we have a ton of options.
Yep.
You mean Magus Arcana, or?
Yeah, your Magus Arcanas.
Okay. So let's see. Yeah, look at the table for it right now, and so far, just most of the things are 3, 6, and 3, 6, 9 that go on down.
Yeah. I think Spell Shield is a good one. You use a point of your arcane pool to essentially cast shield on yourself, except it's your intelligence bonus to AC.
Oh,
that wouldn't be bad. That would free up some spell slots.
Arcane accuracy is also really good. The Magus can expend 1 point from his arcane pool as a swift action to grant himself an insight bonus equal to his intelligence bonus on all attack rolls until the end of his turn.
I'm going to disagree with you.
Okay.
And this is why. It's a swift action, which means if you're going to take Arcane Strike, you have to choose whether you want damage or accuracy. Correct. So your choice, if you want to go with Arcane Accuracy as your Magus Arcana, it's good. It's really good, don't get me wrong. But it means that you're not going to want to be using Arcane Strike. So you're going to have to look for a different feat. And there's plenty of feats, so that's not like a bad idea. I'm just saying you do need to be aware that that is a side effect of it.
I guess. But the fact of the matter is, I won't get accurate strike for quite some time, so. But I guess that's not that argument, so. And until then, yeah, I thought, for instance, with arcane accuracy and spell strength, they work together, but if that's not the case, then we have to reconsider. Well, let's see. Spell shield. Oh, it says it's a shield bonus to AC equal to intelligence. So, like, yeah, I guess it means they're hard to hit too. So, yeah.
So the idea would be that you get to use that instead of using spell slots for the shield spell.
Mm-hmm.
So that would free up your spell slots a little bit more. There are other good choices. I'm a pretty big fan of Wand Wielder.
Yeah.
Though we don't really have a wand at the moment, so that's not particularly useful. Actually, if you took the Cure Light Wounds wand, it could be pretty dumb.
Cure what?
We have a wand of Cure Light Wounds. You have to make like a use magic device every time, though. Or you can get a familiar. Familiars are always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think it was between Rigel and Jack. Jack's the more animal friendly.
Well, a familiar is completely different from Jack's animal companions. They function differently. They do different things for you. And if you wanted to go ahead.
A familiar is not a combat creature in any way, shape, or form. What it is that it gives you... I mean, you can get a combat version later on, but what you would get right now is instead you'd get a creature that gives you a flat bonus on something. So if you were to take a hawk, for example, you would get +3 on your perception check, on opposed perception checks in bright light. Or a hedgehog would give you +2 to will saves.
And that's before we even explore the familiar archetypes. Like, as an example, you could get an ambassador familiar, and it gets an ability to it gets persuasive as a bonus feat. So your animal companion could be the party face if you wanted to.
Or you could get a ravenous tumbleweed.
Elaborate, please.
I'm looking at the list. It's on the list. Ravenous tumbleweed, which gives the master a 10-foot bonus to speed when charging, running, or withdrawing.
I just got entranced by the notion of a tumbleweed leshy that's trapped constant life of rolling, hating every moment of
I
it.
think it is.
I want to throw up!
So
Oh,
these
what?
are
What are you about-
basically these are flat bonuses that later on you can put a feat into getting like a magical creature instead, and those become sort of useful in combat, and they get like spells and stuff, and then they're like really useful. But this would just be basically you get a nice creature that you can have fun with and roleplay, and you also get a flat bonus to one of your abilities.
Yeah. Another.
So you get a chicken. If you take a chicken, and I have to... Okay, the chicken is actually probably one of my favorite ones, because it just gives you a flat 3 hit points.
That's pretty great.
That's actually really good at low levels.
Great. So apparently Roger will have a chicken on his head. A chicken on his head whenever he's in combat.
So
Tries to have a emotional
another
moment.
fun archetype for you is you could get a mascot familiar archetype, which gives
Oh, God.
bonuses to the party.
That would actually be really good.
Yeah. Become the one character. Yeah, become the one character in one of the Final Fantasy that has let's just say he has big hair, but he has like a little chocobo right living in his hair. But I'll consider it. I guess for anything else, although slightly more partial to. Yeah. So I guess you made a good case for the spell. What is it? Spell shield. So. Oh yeah, spell shield. So don't consider that. But I don't know. This other one, spell blending, might be good. It's allowing me to access the wizard spell. But
Spell blending. You select one spell from the wizard spell list that is of a Magus spell level he can cast. That's really good.
let's see.
You instead select 2 spells to add to in this way, but both must be at least 1 level lower than the highest you can cast. That's not a bad choice at all.
Alright,
So
yeah.
wizards do get some spells that the Magus does not. So let's go ahead and open up that and see if we can't see what spells would be useful.
So it must be a level lower.
Class.
Yeah, so level lower is what you're trying to say, in other words.
No, only if you were to take 2. So you could take one at your highest level at the moment, which is still only first level,
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure. But there's a bunch of things that the Magus does not get that the wizard does.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a ton of good choices that you can make. I don't. Can someone?
You want me to look up the wizard spell list?
I have the wizard one open. I was wondering what the Magus gets.
Hang on, let me go back and I will find the Magus spell list.
So the best kind of choices I think that you're gonna find if you do this is it's gonna be in the non kind of combat spells. 'Cause I think the Magus gets most of the like damage spells, but you don't get hardly any of the like utility ones.
Let's see. Actually, I was looking at the I was looking at some of the spells when first building Rigel, and first level. I think there should be a message or situation. Web bolt. It was something like message or something like that. You know, a message spell I could message the party in. So I was considering that for if I was going to use. Well, at least as far as what I
Well,
can
that's
do now.
that's a cantrip, right? And if that's on the Magus spell list, you can just take that
Oh,
because you know all. You should don't Maguses know all.
Yeah, they start
zero
with the
level.
spellbook with all 0 levels. I don't see message on the 0 levels though.
Okay, so there is, if that's the fact, there is a couple of 0 level spells that you could take. I'm not sure I would waste an Arcana on them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just saying it's an example of what from Magus to Wizard spell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm using the Arcana on it. I'm just saying if it was possible, do something like that for some more utility. Message to the party if I don't know, if I do want to build that D6 for pose with like a Knife Master Rogue X Magus and do something that's going to be useful. Like kind of going ahead, or I go one direction, they're doing a Jack goes another, and I message the party what I'm seeing too.
Mm-hmm.
So something like that as far as a plan there as well. Although I guess yeah. I have another question as far as like for the Magus, and this is way in the future, so about say like active fire trait at level 10, and we'll ask some questions on that. But for the purposes of this one, we'll keep it to like Arcanas and the like. I'll ask outside of game and that such thing too. Actually, I also wanted to ask a question. It was one of the ones I wanted to ask earlier, but for say Arcane Strike, say for instance I go instead of Magus X Knife Master Rogue to say Swashbuckler or something like that, and I get a gun, not to step on Grigori's specialty, but would Spell Strike or anything else like that active use it work out projectiles, or do I need to chuck a bunch of range feats on that before that ever happens?
So spell striking with a gun, I do believe it's possible, but you have to do well, D6 would know more. There is a way to make range spell attacks.
Well, one of the most like class feature efficient ways to do it is to get a conductive weapon, which allows you to basically fire. It would let you fire things like pool strikes, which also is a pretty good Arcana. It has good damage scaling.
I might get into that too, but yeah, I understand as far as the gun thing, that's more of a hypothetical, but let's see.
Let me look at the ruling on Spell Strike.
Let's see. So yeah, as far as like a spell blending or something like that, so might be one, but I might pick that up later on because
yeah, then you could get a higher level.
Yeah, you could get
spell if you take it later.
Exactly. Let's see. Maybe these other ones are sort of gated off from like level 9, level 12, or something like that. Let's see. Actually, speaking of like Wand Fighter or something like that, like Weapon Wand or some other ones you're talking about, I kind of had this idea where almost Rigel would fall something like the Hidden Blade from Assassin's Creed, but rather than be a knife, would be a wand or something like that. Like
that would be cool. I mean, we're going to be able to buy wands, so if there's something that you want,
do have money.
Well, not that much money, but I think wands are a great choice. Mainly because I think it's one of the better ways to get around some of the kind of minuses of the Magus.
Yeah. I understand. I'm just saying how. I guess you can call it in flavor, or at least as far as function goes, how he carry it rather than just having a little sheath that'd be under his robes or his glove, and almost like a hidden blade he puts out instead of a knife, it's a wand.
Oh, there is a great item I think you'll like. Let me find it.
They call it spring blade, and they call it spring blade as far as weapons go. But I guess for him, it'd be a spring wand.
Well, yeah, there's absolutely something you could do with that.
So there is an item called a spring-loaded wrist sheath. This item works like a standard wrist sheath, but releasing an item is a swift action. Preparing the stealth for this item check. Yeah, so how it works is you need to make a stealth check. I'll find the exact ruling as soon as Archive of Nethys wants to open.
Anyway, so your options right now, as far as Arcana goes, is Arcane Accuracy isn't a bad choice. The Shield is not a bad choice.
Let's see. As far as the shield there too, you're right. It could free up some of my spells. So,
Okay, I finally have it. This sheath is designed to be strapped to your forearm and hidden under long sleeves. The sheath can hold one small item, such as a dagger, a dart, or a wand, or 5 arrows for a crossbow. As a move action, you can bend your wrist and cause some or all of these items to drop into your hand, provoking attacks of opportunity as normal. And you have a +2 bonus to sleight of hand checks made to oppose perception for having seen you do this action.
Another good choice would be Pool Strike, which allows you to use Arcane Pool to essentially cast an energy touch attack that you use with Spell Strike. So instead of casting spells with Spell Strike, you would just use your Arcane Pool to just slap people for 2d6 damage of an energy of your choice when you do it. So that's a great way to use Spell Strike without having to cast spells, which I'm a huge fan of, because I think casting spells as a Magus is dumb.
Yeah. Wait. You with Pool Strike, you can make it to any element or something like that.
Yep. So basically, what Pool Strike is when you're you use a standard action to charge your hand with energy. So this is before you fight, and then you. Well, actually, since you make it as part of as a free action as part of activating the spell, you could probably use it. Yeah, as Spell Strike. So it says you can use it with Spell Strike. So you charge your hand, you swing with your sword, and then you slap a dude in the face, and it deals 2d6 points of energy damage of your choice. And if you miss, you hold the charge, so you can just slap next turn. So every time you miss, you still have it in your hand. And so you can use it with Spell Strike, which means you can deliver it through your sword, actually, if you really wanted to.
Yeah. So essentially, I can charge my just understand. I can charge my sword with energy or something like that, and hit him with a blazing sword or something like that. You just understand. I'm not saying that's what I'm doing.
Essentially, yeah. So essentially, what you do is you. It's been so long since I've looked. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not part of spell combat. I don't think. It's not casting a spell, so you'd have to do it before before. Well, no, you can just do it on the turn. So you won't get 2 attacks when you're using it unless it's the turn after you've activated it. But essentially, what it is you can spend 1 point and then either make a touch attack with your hand, which is easier to hit, to do 2d6 energy, or you could channel it through your sword and hit and do 2d6 through your sword.
Sounds interesting.
I don't know if that made sense to anybody, what I was trying to say, but hopefully someone understood it.
I think I got it.
Good.
Yeah.
So which Arcana do you think you're going to go with?
Let's see. I need to pick another Arcana here, man. Sorry, I'm just looking through the first level spell list and going for it. Because if I do shield, I'm just gonna. But might go with I mean, Pulse Strike could help. Tough choices, John. Not gonna lie.
In terms of spells, that's something that can always be decided later, especially with the notion that you're going to be wands of various magic. So you might find a spell to be really useful, and you never want to be without it. So you get it as a wand.
That's true.
Yeah, spells should be the last thing you decide on for leveling, because you get 2 new spells at this level. Like, you add 2 new spells to your book, and you can always learn more later. Like, we can go to the scroll shop, and we can pay the guy to let you copy down something.
Right. Yeah, just to clarify, when I'm considering spells, it's just what spells I'm gonna get in exchange for that if I do this. It's shield and spell shield or something like that.
Okay.
So much more is gonna take a slot. I'm not saying I'm overly focused on spells right now.
Well, it would mean you don't need to prepare shield.
Yeah.
I think that could be something right there too. So I might go pull strike only on the grounds I already have the spell strike for the sword. So if I can imbue them, either my hand or the sword too, with another element, that could be useful.
Barring that, get extra arms.
Yeah.
Well, there
There is a 1 inch. I guess I'll go with pull strike for now. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's see.
Alright, pull strike it is.
Good choice.
Let's see. Spell combat is fine.
You really
Alright,
like being able
so-
to change elemental damage.
I think it's also more of a one part utility, so I can imbue it with any element we really need to. I mean, fire's not a bad thing, but not just because fire's a good element doesn't mean everything's immune to fire. I mean, everything's weak to fire.
Exactly.
Also,
Yeah.
fire's all well and good until, you're having that fight at the dynamite factory.
Exactly.
Oh no,
Besides,
definitely fire
2d6
them.
extra
It'll end it
damage.
really quickly.
2d6 damage is never a bad, addition.
Yeah.
Alright, so you get, at 3rd level, you get 1 more spell per day, and you learn 2 more spells.
Nice.
Right? That's how that works?
Yeah, he adds 2 more spells to his spell book.
Okay.
What level?
First.
Okay.
For you.
So a total of 5, or is it still 3?
Well, you should learn 2 more. So you get to add 2 to your spell book.
And you can
Right.
prepare 1 more.
Oh. All right. No, I understand that. Yeah, that's why. Okay.
And it can be very difficult to choose what spells you think are going to be best. It's important that you can always supplement this by picking up scrolls or wands to just go for things that would also fit the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you didn't grab a water-breathing spell, but you're not going to need that all the time.
That's true. Now I'm managing Roger with a small bandolier of wands. Let's see, what's going to fit the situation? Click, click. I'll be right back.
Not a bad idea.
Everyone remembers the Avengers movie, correct?
Yeah, I think.
I remember they showed Hawkeye had this little device in his palm that made it so that whenever he grabbed an arrow, it would just affix whatever head he required and then be able to fire that arrow. I think something like that would be really neat for once.
Now you give me an idea.
Good. Do it.
Let's see. Boom, click. Okay, this should work.
So what spells do you currently have?
Currently, he's even got it open. He has Burning Hands, Duelist Parry, Expeditious Retreat, Frostbite, Jury Rig, Magic Missile, and Shield.
Yeah, so I got shuffled up for the moment, but yeah, kind of a daily thing Rigel does. Every day after he wakes up, he goes through his spell books and essentially there's a giant spell book he told me hands on hand, and like almost a little pocket book full of spells he has at the moment.
Well, there's a large person, grease, jump.
I don't know if that
Jump is a surprisingly useful spell.
I think if you want to add even more damage to your attacks, Shocking Grasp is really good.
Shocking Grasp is a fantastic spell.
3d6.
At first, does he get the True Strike spell?
He does, but I wouldn't take it.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Actually, You make a fair point. Can you spell combat with True Strike?
I'd have to look into True Strike itself because I do know it's a bit time sensitive.
Yeah, it's
next
one
attack.
standard action.
What is it to do a True Strike?
It's a standard action, which is why I wouldn't recommend it. But if you
What does
can
it
use
do a
it,
Spell Strike?
I'd have to pull it up. Went off of it.
If you got time for both of them and you really need to hit one guy with a good hit, it's a great combo.
Okay, so one standard
Yeah, if you can do them both, I agree. Well, base class, Magus, pull it up, spell combat. This works like two-handed or two-weapon fighting. Two spells, so you must have one free hand. As a full round action, he can make all of his attacks with his melee weapon at a -2 penalty, and also cast any spell from the spell list with a casting time of one standard action. So absolutely, he could do. Wow, that's a great combo that I had never realized.
How did I?
I'm
How
the
do you know?
DM.
Yes, you are.
Here happens.
So if you do that, True Strike gives you a +20 on your next attack. So you would spell combat the True Strike and then stab them in the chest.
Yeah, I'm liking where that's going.
It does, however, provoke it has all the same problems that spell striking with anything else does, though.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't like spell strike. But
Yeah.
The good news is you're gonna hit.
yeah, you're gonna hit unless you roll 1.
Unfortunately, my luck, that's very likely.
So that wouldn't be a terrible choice. What else is there?
Go in there.
Rave
talk to the-
Enfeeblement. It's
Yeah,
a fantastic spell. Can you give long shot to someone else, or is it only on you? It's personal, damn it.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too for some of the other, I guess, quote unquote empowering spells. I wonder if I can cast on someone else too.
Some of them you
'Cause,
can.
If you
Yeah.
want to have
Things
damage
like-
over time, you could do Touch of Combustion.
I remember Touch of Combustion being bad.
It does 1d6, but if they fail a reflex save, they catch on fire and they take 1d4 points of fire damage. Of course, there is always weapon
First-
wand.
Well, that's only useful if you're going to take... Yeah, if you want to break the class like I did when I played it. If it fails the saving throw, the target also catches on fire. If the target catches on fire on the first round thereafter, creatures adjacent to it, including you, have to make reflex saves or take fire damage.
Ah, yeah, that's the bad part of the spell.
It's really
So
nice
if you
one.
read the spell... So if you're doing the Ifrit and you heal on fire damage, it's a fantastic spell. Otherwise, so Shocking Grasp is good. Enlarged Person is good. Rave Enfeeblement's good. Hydraulic Push is not bad.
Thunderstomp.
Thunderstomp's fantastic. Coin Shot.
Let's see.
Wait, is
Third level.
Coin Shot? Is that the one that you fire coins at people?
Yeah, it's the one where you turn your money into attack rolls. And it's really dumb because the more expensive the money, the more damage it does.
See, the best part about that
Which
spell is that
doesn't make any sense.
the best part about that spell is you can just shout to people. You should never be afraid of change.
Yeah. Well, in some ways, it's really good for this campaign because you can do it on silver coins, and they count as silver for overcoming damage reduction.
Mm-hmm.
So, in that sense, they can be really good. However, I do believe the coin is destroyed. So it literally costs you money to cast the spell.
Yeah, pretty much. I flip the coin in the air, I flick it, and then flick it towards the guy going, keep the change, and then damages him, keep the change.
Yeah. So it's like a better but more expensive version of the Magic Pebble.
Yep.
If you wanted to help out Raphael, you could take Celestial Healing.
Well, that's where you'd use his blood.
Yeah, you anoint it with the blood of an outsider.
The good subtype.
To give it fast healing.
Yeah. Except it only lasts 1 round per 2 levels, and that shit's hard to get a hold of.
True.
Yeah.
That being said, if we fight more Sturges, we could have them drink all of his blood and then squeeze out all the blood.
I'm not gonna do it.
I don't expect any more Sturges, though.
I never know, but if I do the Raphael shield, next time I go Samurai Guide you, it won't be a boop on the nose, it'll be a fist to my direct to my face. Samurai Guide you, Nigel. Ow!
It's a little goofy, but long arm gives you extra reach.
That's horrific. I would. It's too scary. That's something I would have. My horrific, impossible geometry. Anyway, yeah, pick 2 of those.
Alright, I'll slide them in. Oh, may just put back a shocking grasp on that.
It's never a bad choice.
Yeah. Here's hoping whatever I hit's not conductor, otherwise I'm gonna have a really bad time.
Alrighty. That's about it for you.
What about his feet?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. We have to. I forgot. So you have to decide if you want Arcane Strike. Though again, if you're going to go some of the Magus Arcanas that utilize that swift action, you're probably not going to want to take Arcane Strike.
Mm-hmm. Arcane accuracy. I thought going full strike.
No, I'm talking feats now.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Alternatively,
So Arcane Strike. Arcane Strike is a feat that allows you to do extra damage, but you have to spend a swift action to activate it every turn.
I guess.
So you don't have to do that.
There are also feats that go off of Arcane Strike.
Oh, like what?
So one of them is Bloodied Arcane Strike. When you are... Oh, sorry, that's a Blood Rager thing. What about like the card one that lets you throw cards?
That's Magus. I think you have to be the card variant of Magus to throw cards.
Also, you need the same X-Men theme every time.
Well, there is a feat called Arcane Dealer, pretty sure, but yeah, if you were gonna go that direction, you would want to. There's like other things that you would want to do.
All right.
I'll just read you Arcane Dealer so you can think about it.
Right.
So you must use your you can use your Arcane Pool to grant a deck of cards an enhancement bonus, as though it were a ranged weapon with 54 pieces of ammunition. The Magus must then use Arcane Strike or their Arcane Pool to enhance the cards in order to use them as weapons.
Anyway, yeah, so what Arcane Strike the feat does is that you get to add 1 to damage and count it as magic, and for every 5 levels you possess, it increases by 1 damage. But again, that requires a swift action every turn. Normally, there's not a whole lot you use your swift action for, but you are playing a class that actually has several things with the Arcanas that use swift actions. What feats do you have?
He could also take extra Arcana if he wants another Magus Arcana.
That's true. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, managing considering that extra arcana. Could do the pull strike and the shield if I do that.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Or arcane accuracy if you want to use that swift action.
That's another thing.
Or familiar.
In fact, I would probably do that one over
arcane strike.
Yeah. Sure. I don't know. I lost track of what I was saying.
That's fine.
Taking Arcane Shield would be nice because you're currently preparing Shield twice.
Mm-hmm.
And that frees up 2 spell slots.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. You know what? As much as I would consider, I don't know, something like crafting or anything else, or potions and such, I may just go extra arcana and take shield.
I think that's the way to go.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go with that.
You have so much money! Why do you guys have so much money?
How much money
do you all have this much money?
I don't think so. I don't think I have a huge amount of money.
You have no money.
I won't tell about that. You guys all hit up the casino without him.
I know I have a decent amount of money, but I'm pretty sure it's very small by comparison.
I have it on my physical character sheet because I love physical character sheets. I have 63 gold.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh wow, I do have a lot of money if that's...
Yeah. How much do you got, Jack?
I have 1 platinum, 152 gold, 17 silver, and 10 copper.
Yeah. Rigel has 225 gold. You know how much I got? 50. I have 50 and 8 copper pieces.
Hey, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 4 silver pieces. I misthought.
For what it's worth, yeah, for what it's worth, I can say you saved up all that from a couple of past jobs, but hey, you ready to need something? Hey, what do you think I offered to buy you a little crossbow or some of that for attack?
Oh, no, I don't need an attack.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I offered to buy you a crossbow, dude.
Yeah, no, you have a lot more money than I thought. Anyway, I would do that. I think that's a good choice.
Yeah, I'll go with that for now. Oh, so we are leveling up today as far as that because
Yes, make all the changes.
All right. Well, a couple points away from leveling, but we're going to all level then.
Yeah.
I think argue with you.
Very
good.
You may not want to do this, but you do have access to racial feats.
Let's see. I don't think many of them really...
Are you a half-elf?
Yeah, he's a half-elf, which means he can take human, elf, and half-elf.
Ice cream.
Yeah, pretty much.
The middle piece opposed to the other pieces.
Let's see. What racial feats are available for half-elves? Let's see.
Racial feats. Here we go. Let's click. Let's click on half-elf. Click on half-elf. Elf, you can get that's useless, that's useless, that's useless, that's useless, that's useless. Half elf. That's not that useful, that's not that useful, that's not that useful. That's not bad. Human spirit essentially gives you the skilled racial thing. Whoa, multi-talent. Oh yeah, you're not. I forgot. You're not multi-classing, so that's not point. So.
Not yet, anyway. I think a little early. I'm setting up things for when the time comes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So that's not that useful. Human. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think there was going to be anything better than what he would get from an extra Arcana, but...
Oh, okay, cool. I forgot that I have Fast Learner. I forgot I'd spent a feat on that, and I probably shouldn't have.
I forgot I'm so good at learning.
Yeah.
Oh god, those feelings when you return to school.
What is Rigel's intelligence modifier? Is it +4 or +3?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have 5 arcane pool points.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the last thing we're going to do for Rigel, and then we'll probably take a break and finish up the other characters, is look at your skills.
Okay, so I've had to give it some thought, and considering we'll be talking soon enough to the, well, first things first, before I get into that, let's see, how many points do I get to bolster skills?
2 plus intelligence, so you get 6. And then it's your favorite class, so you can either get an extra one, or you can get an extra health point.
Or he can invest...
What?
I'm trying to remember. If he was investing into his racial thing, he could get...
Yeah, you get 1/4 of an arcane pool, but I don't think he's been doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately not. Not yet, anyway. We haven't seemed to use that up. So, let's see. You know, I may just throw that extra one into the health pool. So, about 15 max as far as health. So let's see.
Oh yeah, we haven't rolled your health either.
Oh. You want to try to do that?
Yes, your hit dice is a D8. So roll a D8 and add your Constitution to it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be a D8 plus 2.
D8 plus 2. Oh!
Son of
What do you roll?
You rolled a 1. Damn.
Reroll.
Well, there you go.
Reroll?
Yeah,
Reroll?
reroll ones game.
D6?
That was great.
No, D8. D8.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Roll a D8.
Sorry.
Reroll.
Reroll it again.
We don't let ones go by. I'm a little...
There you go. 6 plus 2, so you're adding 8 to your health, to your max health.
I personally thank you for letting me reroll on ones.
Don't thank me. It's just so I can get more blood out of you.
It's
Yeah.
just so that way your level isn't
So
negated.
your maximum hit points right now will be at 22.
Okay.
Little skinny boy. And then you'll get to choose whether or not you want to put it into skill point or health.
I guess I'll put it into health, so it's 23 actually.
Sounds good. I still think I have, like, the second most health. Or I'm tied for the first.
Hey, as long as I can stay in the fight, I'm not going to argue.
I think it's very funny. It's it's not a Hey, Deacon, did we do health for you?
No, I haven't really done anything yet.
Oh, you were just talking about.
Yeah.
Grigori matches me in health.
But let's see.
Good day.
Not bad at all.
Why'd you roll 2d8?
Yeah, that was my mistake.
He was trying to roll 1d8 plus 2. Well, you gotta re-roll that plus 1, mister.
Jack, how could you do this to me?
How
Jack.
did this happen to you?
Gregory and I were the only ones with 30 health. We had the most health, and we never did any of the frontline fighting. And now you've surpassed us by like 2 points.
Right? Jack's a little beast.
I would say to myself
Jack
that I wish you guys had stats equal to your names, but I don't want to know what poor thing has a D3 for a hit die.
Bad things.
Dead things.
Dead things, yeah.
There are very few things that have a D12, but I'd be happy to impress you with them.
Don't barbarians have it?
Yeah, barbarians do have it.
Barbarians are
Barbarians are the
notorious
only ones.
D12s.
Oh, Dragon Disciples also get a D12.
I was
Oh.
about to say, I think.
Alright, Alright, did we want to do a break real quick? Or are we still doing... Rigel, if you decide where you want to put your skill points?
Yeah, do your skill points. Because it looks like... Have you just been, like, really thinly dividing everything of one into everything?
Kind of.
Well, he doesn't have that many.
Yeah, but I've been giving it some thought this time around, and I guess for 4 of the points, I'm gonna put about 3 in diplomacy, only because I'm guessing thanks to my slip of the tongue and the sheriff for hearing us.
Wait
we're
a
now
second,
in hot
something's
water.
wrong here.
What's wrong?
Yeah, there's your problem there. That's
What's going on?
supposed to be a 2 there. You're supposed to have 18.
Oh. Okay. Wait, 18 and what?
Skill points.
Ah,
Yeah, I've been jipping yourself. You got 10.
Yeah. With me being the D12, I'd be either classified as one of the major undeads, one of the major dragons, or one of the major demons.
Or a barbarian.
Or a
Anyway,
barbarian.
so you actually have 8 skill points to place.
nice. So, yeah, still 3 to the diplomacy, and that's fine, but let's see. I'd like, only because I guess, yeah, wanted to take responsibility for what happened there. Let's see. Well, how about this? You want to go a break now? We can. I can just decide where I'm going to fling the rest of the points.
All right, we'll talk about it afterward.
Okay.
We're going on break.
All right, for those of you
Shall I-
in chat, we will be back in just a minute. If you have any questions you want us to discuss, feel free to post them.
And if you
Thanks
have
for joining
things you
us.
don't want us to discuss, also post them. We won't.
Well, no, we generally get to all the...
Well, no, if they don't want us to post them.
Oh, okay.
You know, who is the dark entity that is manipulating Siphon? When does Jack wash his underwear? Does Jack wear underwear? I know the answer to these questions.
The entity is known as the Speaker.
Well, I meant more what it is.
Oh, well, I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. It's some kind of cosmic horror, it doesn't matter. But what we do know
So rude.
is that well, it's you remember how like cosmic horrors are so singular, like none of them are like you don't identify them by type for the greater cosmic horrors. They are unique.
I suppose.
It doesn't really matter what the thing is, but it is known as the Speaker because the tome is known as the Speaker's voice. So, who the Speaker is, I don't know.
I suppose we could ask the question of what it wants.
Yeah.
There's a interesting question. So if I say the development process was, oh, do this. I don't like that. All right, I guess I'll do this. I also don't like that.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
All right, looks like we have a question in the chat from Gaizuka. I hope I'm saying that right. Best two-handed weapon. Personally, I don't think you can go wrong with a great sword. D12, what are your thoughts?
I am a large believer that the great weapons are really they're designed for if you want damage. Great sword is alpha, great axe is beta, great club is on the list, but I wouldn't put it at third.
It's after beta.
Gamma? Delta.
Yeah.
Delta.
Anyway.
What
That's
about
right, Delta's 3. Earthbreaker's really good. It's just
Earthbreaker
blunt,
would be my gamma.
great sword. Just a blunt great sword.
Yep.
That's what it is. I think I personally just prefer the great sword, but that's because I like the aesthetic, I like the balance of different damage types, and I like the 2d6 over d12.
Mm-hmm.
And beyond that, I think it really matters on what kind of specialty thing you want, because some of the reach weapons, if you want reach, the two-handed reach weapons aren't bad, but if you're you're trading damage for special abilities if you go anywhere other than the great sword and great axe and Earthbreaker.
Yeah.
Scythe, even though it is two-handed, it's really low down there. 2d4 is kind of an interesting damage die, but I don't really think
the reason the Scythe is so questionable is the fact that you're running with 2d4, but you have a ×4 critical, but you're also running on 20 only.
Yeah.
Which means that if you keen it, that's 19/20.
The Falcon isn't bad. I mean, it's 2d4, but you do get that 18 to 20 crit.
Yeah. Now, if you're looking for crit specialization, then the Falchion is definitely the way to go for two-handers. And then I would choose the halberd as the probably utilitarian two-handed weapon of choice because it gives you a little of everything.
Does the halberd have
piercing, slashing, bludgeoning?
There's one of them that has trip or something as well as reach. Is that the halberd?
Scythe does have trip, and I think halberd does as well.
Yeah, I don't know if the halberd has trip and reach. I know it has reach.
Let me just look real quick.
I recall the halberd being a pretty solid choice.
Yeah, it was one of the best weapons to get if you didn't know what you wanted to do.
No dachi. I'm a fan of no dachi.
Yeah.
Not a weapon, but I think very, very underutilized is the whip with its capacity to trip, disarm, and grapple people. It's phenomenal. And the fact that there is essentially a feat to cleave that makes every time you succeed in making a maneuver, you can make another one. And with it having a massive range, it's really good for I'm going to just take my whip and disarm everyone or trip everyone.
Yeah, it has brace and trip.
Yeah, the halberd does not have reach.
Yeah, they took out reach, which is weird because it used to have reach. Or am I thinking of something?
But yeah, I mean, there's also there's things like the glaive Gusarme, which it has the brace and reach, and then there's horse chopper has reach and trip, and the Lucerne hammer has brace and reach, plus a bonus for sundering, I think.
Yeah.
Also, don't
there are
forget
a lot
about
of decent items out there.
Yeah.
Like the orc double axe.
Most people hide from the double weapons just because of the fact that they are double weapons.
Sorry, I just found something called the double spear.
Yeah,
I think that's
cool.
the stupidest fucking thing.
I like the idea of the double spear, but I don't like the execution.
But think about it. You're you get an attack with each end, but you poke them with one, and you pull it out, then you flip it over, and then poke them with the other. That's so stupid.
See,
It's
When I
really
heard
good for
double
holding
spear-
open the mouth of a dragon if you're like in there.
Perfect
See-
option.
When I heard that, I thought back to Deadliest Warriors. We all remember this show. We all watched it. They had the episode where it's Samurai versus Viking. They said like, "Oh yes, the Viking. He has these spears he throws, and he's got this legendary technique: 2 spears at the same time." He's like, "Well, that looks stupid." Throws 2 spears. Oh, cool! It is stupid. And then they showed it in the fight. Like, it's still stupid. I'm just gonna, throw no momentum or energy into these spears. I'll just chuck 2 at once. God forbid you throw one really well and then you pick up the next one and throw it really well.
Anyway,
Technically, if you have the technique of two-handed or throwing with both hands, your primary hand will definitely have more power behind it. But if you actually concentrating on your secondary hand, you will put accuracy and weight behind it.
Well, let's not forget the ultimate technique of the Viking is the show up in the middle of the night and burn your house down style.
anyway,
I thought it was
other good choices are all the dwarven two-handed weapons in the exotic tree, the long hammer, the long axe, the giant sticker. Those are all fantastic.
Dwarf.
There's the meteor hammer.
My favorite.
If you want to go, well, the meteor hammer is great if you're going combat maneuvers.
Mm-hmm.
And there's even a special magic one where each one has a different magnetic pole. It's really dumb. It's pretty great. There's also the stupid gnome ones like the Ripsaw Glaive, Piston Maul. Those are all great. So yeah, there's a ton of really fun ones, especially once you get into the exotic. But if I were gonna say which one do I think that I prefer the most, is I just prefer the greatsword. I don't think you need to go super fancy.
I would definitely play the meteor hammer, as I've played one before. Not only does it have really good reach and maneuver potential, but it also has 2 things you're able to do that makes so it's either a 2 weapon or it dramatically increases your AC. So if you find yourself overwhelmed by enemies, you can just increase your AC by entering into fortress mode.
All right, D3, let's finish up your skills, and we will move on to Jack.
Okay, so just to give us a quick rundown, of my 8 points, I'm throwing 3 into diplomacy, just to help out with what went down there with the sheriff. I'm using craft, I don't know if I put the right one, craft cooking. As far as that's using a point there to unlock the cooking skill. So,
all right, you can assist Raphael in the kitchen.
Yeah, Roger's been feeling guilty about letting him cook all the time, so he's going to help out.
I'm looking forward to you needing to cut up a chicken and you enhance the the chef knife.
See,
with his big pull strike, he can cook it when he chops it.
That's what you use. We use True Strike for Fugu, so you don't cut the poison bladder.
Ah, crud. Yeah, I'll eat this one myself.
Okay, I don't know where we're going to come across a pufferfish in Ustalav.
Hey, actually, if he takes the familiar arcana, the pufferfish is an available familiar.
Well, then he would need the figment, so we're eating imaginary pufferfish.
Good.
There's some different takes on familiars. Some people would be like, "Oh yeah, it's just a bunch of magic that I have in the shape of a creature."
Oh no, I don't like that. I think it's an actual creature.
Well, the figment is an actual archetype where it's a creature dreamed up in your mind.
Yeah.
Dear God.
You guys can see him too.
Oh, that's comforting.
Yes.
I need to play a psychic who's basically just Psycho Mantis.
Good lord.
I need to play a psychic that's just looking for definitive proof that everything that he's perceiving is real. Well, I mean, we all see this. Yes, but what if you're just agreeing with me?
What, the solipsistic psychic?
Jeez.
Talks to God. So is everything real? What? Of course, my child. They got to you too.
Yeah, it's clear that nothing exists in this entire universe except my own mind, and I'm delusional.
I'm the only thing in all of existence, and I'm so fat.
All right, so let's talk about those skill points. So you wanted to do craft cooking. That's not bad.
All right.
Those homey skills.
Do some diplomacy. Again.
Well, when he marries Kendra, somebody else has got to do the cooking. So I mean, makes sense.
He's preparing.
He's not wrong as far as that. So.
You know, this is the first time I've actually looked at your skills. You have knowledge local. You've had knowledge local this whole time.
Oh yeah, he spent a lot of time here hanging out with Kendra and her father. Nobody ever asked him.
I mean, I can do knowledge local too.
Okay.
I've always had it.
Also have done what I just said.
Let's see. I guess as much as I like to build up other avenues of knowledge, I should probably build up the ones I have so far. So maybe one more into knowledge local, just to look at the field here. Yeah, just to look at the field at large.
I think that's a good choice because my knowledge local is not very good.
Okay, let's see. So that's about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6 so far. So 2 more. Let me see. Let's see. Maybe one more bluff. No.
Well, so I understand the diplomacy, but I think you only really need one social skill.
All right.
Each your own.
D6's advice on life. You only really need one social skill.
Look, we're either being honest, deceptive, or forceful.
Exactly. Pick one. So,
There's the velvet hand, there's the fist, and then there's the bigger fist.
You know,
Gross.
consider what happened last episode. I'm gonna put one acrobatics. I'm covering my butt this time around because God knows I couldn't do it before.
Not a bad idea.
I couldn't do it before. Quite literally, so. Literally. Let's see. So I'm at the total
Jack's
of,
just there greasing the porch roof. Not a bad idea at all. I picture just using sow to grease it.
Make sure you.
Go ahead.
I was like, make sure you get that extra trip attempt in.
Just picks him up and just slides him over back and forth.
Okay. I guess I'll throw one more. The last skill point I got into knowledge religion because so far I've been running into a lot of stuff in religion, and he's going to still do his digging about the Whispering Ways, considering that they've been. Wait. Yeah,
if you like, but we've already got like some people who are super dope at knowledge religion.
Oh. Okay,
Plus 13,
never
level
mind
3.
then.
Like, isn't like the only
there
one
you
you
go.
don't have knowledge nature?
Me?
Yeah.
I have all the knowledges, but the ones I'm not good at are local, nature, nobility, and geography.
Why don't you put one in nature just so we have someone to assist?
Okay, I thought it'd be one.
It's like just into a library. I know the sum of all of this knowledge. Walks outside, sees a pigeon. What's that?
Oh God! It's got a little gobbler thingy.
What are you people?
Immediately does the black tentacle thing.
Into the library.
Yep. Disintegrates it. Now it's not a problem. Yeah, I can make all knowledge checks even if I don't have points in them, but those are the ones I don't have points in.
Yeah, but it would be good to have someone who could assist.
Absolutely. I only have a 5 in those, so.
Yeah. I thought though Jack would be the nature aficionado. As far
I think he is, but
yeah. So I think I might leave it to him because he's been more in the woods than Elijah. So.
Well, let's look if he's actually got it.
I think that's part of the reason why somebody to assist. But I suppose I could assist if you'd rather not.
He's got one.
Well, it's not rather not.
Yeah.
Well,
Jack only ever put 1 point in that.
Yeah, so we would have 2 people with 1 point. You could assist each other, and we could, make. It's a little like Cyphus and I doing disable device checks.
Or none of us are good at it. Maybe I... Oh, did I put any points in that? No, I didn't. I'm giving up.
What you can do is when you get to Summon Monster 2, you could summon one of those little, whatever the demon equivalent of the Lemures is. They're really good at disabling devices.
The Lemures. I was just gonna take knock. I'm done with this shit.
Summon neutral monster, but that's only because brownies are so cute.
Nice.
No, I only summon evil stuff. Sorry.
Alright, so I think I'm covered up there too. I decide why the hell not. I'll throw in my thing with knowledge nature.
Alright, good choice. Yeah, you get +8. You got us covered.
Thanks. If anything else, I can imagine if they think something where Roger's like, oh, this is plant. Jack's like, no, it's this thing. Rigel, did you make tea out of that white plant over there? Yeah, why? He falls down over.
Sal keeps drinking.
Sal don't care.
He knows how he's gonna die.
All right, speaking of Sal, let's move on to Jack. What do you got for us?
Let's see. Sal will go to the Great Blue yonder. Nah, not really. Sal just kind of sit off in his nice little happy place.
Asleep on Kent. She's not happy about it, but she can't get up.
Right? She can't get up. He's bigger than her. Or he's her size, technically.
And stuck. He's not a lap.
Good lord.
Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, Jack is gonna continue his Packmaster. At this level, he retires one creature, levels up Sika, and possibly gains a new creature, depending on world environment effects and whatnot.
Why would you want another one? Aren't you just going to put the level in Sika?
I'm getting rid of Sal to put the level in Sika, and then at this level, I'm getting a new creature.
Oh, okay. Why not just keep Sal?
Sal has a use, but the creature I want is more useful.
Oh, okay. So, what creature are you looking to get?
I am in the market for a nice giant bat.
Oh.
Yeah, those kids ain't gonna have that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't expect
kids
to help it. I expect them to actually be terrified as it's eating fruit off of a tree, and then they're gonna go, "Oh God, it's huge!"
See,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I played a ranger who managed to get a hold of a dire bat. Dire bat. My ranger that didn't care to name anything named it Kiwi, because brown and fuzzy on the outside and sweet on the inside. He loved it. It was cold, serious, everyone except the bat loved it.
Yep.
Yeah, that is the only thing that I have to figure out is if I can the giant bat versus the dire bat, because the dire bat is right what I need, but I don't know if the giant bat and the dire bat are the same. Oh no, it is the dire bat that I'll be using. Huh? Who knew?
Surprised you can get it so. It's supposed to be something you get at like level 7.
But the dire bat?
Yeah.
At 7 is when it becomes a large category, and medium creatures could ride it.
Right.
But
you little bugger.
me being small means I can use it now.
I'm about to say, basically, it's apparently you're gonna be the flyby sniper from shooting things that's flying on top of the dire bat.
I don't know.
It depends on the scenario.
He's not the best at. He's good enough at range, but I think there will be more like gnome-based flying attacks.
Right. Pilot to Bombardier, yes. Drop the load.
See, I just want to see you flying on its large size, carrying Grigori, just fly the Valkyries playing.
I could see Grigori being terrified if I picked him up off the ground. The mental image, Grigori's standing there lining up a shot, fires, reloads, and the next thing he knows, he's off the ground as he's looking down. What the? Looks up. Jack!
I think you should have done an axe beak. Because
I
love
would have,
axe
but
beaks.
but the axe beak is actually more terrifying.
The axe
and I
beak
would
is
actually-
trash. I wish it was better.
It's more terrifying for people. It's less useful for most other things.
You remember that time we
Hey.
tried to make elementally aligned axe beaks?
Oh yeah, it was really fun.
That's a great image.
Yeah.
Also, the notion of axe beaks that breed with geese.
Funnily enough,
Axe beak?
Sika will actually be showing off her elemental alignment at this level because she hits level 2, which gains her first point of DR.
Oh, nice. That's your favorite class bonus, right?
That's Sika's first feat
Ah.
that she got at level 1. Doesn't actually show until level 2, though.
And what is she again?
She's an Earth Elemental War Cat.
War cat. That's what it is.
Okay, I was wondering.
We never did find out what he was wondering.
Right?
And that was the end of the story.
No, I was wondering that. What Sika was.
Oh, yeah. She's an Earth Elemental War Cat Cub, technically, by size chart. By actuality, she's just a what we would call a runt of their species, considering they hit not large, but I believe huge category, and she will never get above large.
She may be a runt, but God help anyone that makes her angry. Essentially, Sika is taught from Avatar, but as a war cat. I can get behind that.
But yeah, Jack, for the most part, he gained his ranger stuff that he gained was actually pretty useful because he actually gained his Beastmaster style this level and pack flanking from the ranger, which basically makes it so as long as he's near one of his animal companions, he can negate an attack on them, and he can give a flanking bonus of +4 to them.
What feat did you take for Sika?
Sika, she has the elemental companion.
Is that a feat you took at level 1, or is it a feat that she gets?
She gets at level 1.
Oh, I don't see it.
Or was it her archetype?
I bet it's an archetype.
I think it might have been her archetype that I picked at level. Oh, it was her archetype I got. At
Yeah, that's what
level
it
1.
sounds.
Level 1 was combat reflexes.
Yeah, because I was like, she shouldn't. I thought, don't you have like a super limited feat tree?
Yeah, I have a really limited feat tree. I was
Yeah.
like, wait a minute. As soon as
But
you
I was like,
mentioned that,
I bet it was an archetype. Yeah, I thought for sure.
Yeah, because my bat is also going to be elementally aligned, but I don't know what element he's going to take because I don't know what the DM is doing.
I mean, I
still
would
have
probably
control
take
over it,
air.
I'm looking to get air.
Or Earth. Earth is really super powerful.
That DR is really great from Earth. There's no lie there. Oop. Yeah, I think I put the ability up in the chart. Oh no, I didn't. Damn it.
Okay. Yeah, it's. Then again, a water one gets a base swim speed.
There we go.
It's just Jack choosing what he wants to TV.
Yeah, that was what activated for Seek at level 2.
Yeah. That's good. I didn't even realize that was a thing.
Oh yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, Jack's theme was to be elementally aligned. He's that one.
Oh, okay. So you lose evasion for it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Which isn't really that big of a loss when you think about it.
depends on what you're going up against. I think this early it's probably a good trade. Later on, when we start fighting like cultists and stuff that might be casting spells, who knows? But
Yeah.
for
Then
now, I
it'll
think
be
you're
a
right.
crapshoot. Yeah. But yeah, that's how Sika got her level, and I think I still have to roll her hit die. But other than that,
Does
she's
she-
ready to. Yeah.
Does she get a hit die? I'm sorry, it's been so long since I've had an animal command. Do they get hit dice every level, or is it every like third level or something like that?
There's our.
Because I know with the Eidolon, it's not every level.
So what is it? I get a hit die at 2nd level, a hit die at 4th.
Oh, so that's what it is. Okay, so
7th.
it's every even level.
Until
That makes sense.
Until a point, and then at level 8 it goes hit die, hit die, hit die, and then it starts again at 9, going.
Why?
It really
Why?
in the middle it just screws up. It goes 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 9,
dumb.
10, 11, 12. It starts doing that.
No,
Skip.
man.
Where so from 2nd to 3rd I stay at 3 hit die, but because I hit the 3rd hit die I gain other stuff. Losing evasion won't be that bad though. I don't think.
I don't either. I think you'll be fine.
I haven't picked her 2nd feat. No, she doesn't get a feat yet. Oh, she does. Shit. I haven't
Really?
picked her 2nd feat yet.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Animal commands are a lot more complicated than I remember, which
Yeah.
is why I never used them. I'm pretty sure. I think I always go.
Honestly.
"Arrgh."
I
a lot
usually
more
do
effort
it
than I
really
want.
quick. It's just like I have to base it off of what the party kind of needs out of my animal companion. Like for Sika, I can give her dodge at this point to go with combat reflexes, so that way she can just get into combat and just.
There's Tenacious Hunter, which
That was the one I was gonna get because she already had the scent ability,
mhm.
and I didn't know if we were gonna go up against invisible creatures. But now that I know we
mean,
are,
yeah,
going
probably
up
ghosts and stuff. I would expect
Yeah.
some.
so that's probably what I will give her is the Tenacious Hunter one, and that'll be her. That'll finish her off.
Or you could
As
go
far
with
as-
Intercept Blow.
I tried
For
that one
Shield
on a different
Master.
animal companion before, and it works, but only if they're tough. And Sika's not really tough; she's dangerous.
I think at higher levels when she's got more DR, maybe, but
Yeah,
I don't know. She'll never get enough DR to really offset it.
not really. No. I could also go with the improved natural attack or natural armor, and really, that would bump her AC up a decent amount, actually.
Can you take the evolved companion, which would give her an Eidolon thing?
Yes.
That's
can.
horrific.
She
I would
can't.
not do that. That's monstrous.
It's not monstrous.
Yeah.
It's just.
It is. I'm sorry. It's horrific. Give her a stinger.
Give her
Actually,
skill
you could-
to give her a +8 bonus to some skill.
Yeah, or get gills.
Oh
Or
god,
climb.
no. Climb might actually be useful,
Mhm.
given our current scenario. Actually, climb would really be useful in our current scenario, but she already has a basic premise of that ability, so I'm not really that worried about
I
it.
like the sting.
Alright. Let's see. Jack's evolution, though, yeah, but once he got all that stuff paired with outflanking combat expertise, makes it so he's set up to ride in next to Sika and do the two of them will do just absorbent amounts of damage.
What's Sika's? She has a bite attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's
She
the damage
has a
die?
bite and 2 claws and a rake. Sika's bite attack does 1d8, her claw attacks do 1d6, and her rake does 1d6.
Okay, so theoretically,
God,
if I
that's
went
good.
with the enlarging ability, that would bump her bite to 2d6, and the claws.
Yeah.
to
Hold on,
1d8.
hold on. Can you do it on non-humanoids?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's one of the great things about the size alteration is you can hit non-humanoids,
Oh.
including
Wow.
your crab things.
Oh, yes! When I finally get them, yeah. God, I can't wait.
Yeah, that's Sika for you. She's pretty much done deal. I did my HD, HP, got that. skills. Yeah. So
She would also get reach out to 10 feet.
Jack gained Magic Fang this level.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And Stabilize as spells. Yeah, I'm at 34, which puts me, I think, 1 or 2 above the next HP of any character, and then I still have to do Sika's hit die, so give me 1 second to find the War Cat again.
Gustavo is in chat, and he's asking if any of us have played a kineticist. We've tried it a couple times. We haven't done a full campaign with one. Fun class, though.
I tried playing a kineticist, and I wanted to do fire, and it was a mess. Because I went, oh, so I have geokinesis, so I can move Earth to do what I want. I can throw up sorry, that's actually a utility talent. Okay. Doesn't really seem like it, but sure, there's an argument. Oh, what I could do is, over the course of a few hours, my geo shelter. Actually, there's a talent that comes after building shelters. Okay. So what can I do with geokinesis? Can I dig with it? No, we have something else for that. What can I do with geokinesis? You can move rocks around. So can my hands.
Yeah, with the kineticist, they do not really let you mess around with rocks very much. They really want you to be all about the acid.
Yeah. It was unpleasant. And I am so thankful that D12 in our game said, be a warm-blooded creature, because it was enough excuse for me to stop building my kineticist. It's going to be a white baron named Flint.
My brain goes, lock? Oh, and I get to finally equip Sika with her hide barding now that we're going up against some real fights.
Dope. All
Is
right.
there a class that anyone has been wanting to play but haven't been able to find a game?
You cut out a little bit, but if you said what I think you said, yes, there are all kinds of classes I would love to play but have yet to find a good game for.
Any in particular?
I really like the Blood Summoner that summons an Eidolon made of blood, and you could summon it through people.
Gross, but I love it.
You also want to do the Ghost Monk?
Yeah, the Hungry Ghost Monk.
I want to do something with a giant frilled lizard.
The Gloom Alchemist.
I will say there's something out of...
Oh. I should do a lizard folk cavalier with a giant frilled lizard.
Would you paint your on your... So whenever you frill them out, you'd be flashing your coat.
No.
Alright then. It's called fashion.
So?
Oh, it's not?
A crossbow wielding ranger would be cool.
Yeah.
Alright, let's move on. Who's next?
Yeah.
Or what's next?
All right. So, what else does Jack need to do? Have you done? So you've done Sika. You've done. What did you take for your feat?
My feat? My feat was the Beastmaster style, which grants me... Well, here. Did I do it? Why is it not working? Makes sense. Fine. Well, my feat is Beastmaster.
What does it do?
That's the one that gives me the ability to negate attacks against my animal companions if I'm right next to them.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can roll a handle animal check to negate an attack against.
I'm sorry. Could you cheese the game and use the shield ability from the feat for Sika, where she takes the hit for you, and then use that ability to then negate the hit on Sika?
Technically, yes, I could do that. I looked at that as an option for the bat.
Because that's really dumb. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, it's one of those.
You're not gonna hit me. You're gonna hit her, but you're not gonna hit her because I won't let you.
Right?
So if you're flying on the bat and you get hit by something, then you just do a barrel roll.
Yep, exactly. I barrel roll out of the way.
And the enemy is just so confused that they just, fine, I'm not even gonna attack.
All right, and why don't we go through Jack's skills just to find out what exactly Jack can do?
Jack is skilled at scaling objects, making traps, and handling animals. He has a moderate ability of skill at patching up wounds. He's got a twisted mind enough to make it possible for intimidation being a very skilled thing. He has some knowledge in dungeoneering, geography, and nature, but it's debatable at best. He's skilled at finding things, whether that be eyes, ears, tongue, nose. Doesn't matter.
Just stuff's around
His previous profession prior to joining the party was he was a professional scout and took very good use of his perception. He's skilled at writing, although he could be better skilled at it. He just doesn't choose to take the time. And sneaking, survival are also two of his staples, with him being able to damn near disappear in plain sight.
Jack, what do you think? Just a raggedy Andy doll stuff to pat on? Oh, where do you keep getting these dolls? We destroy them every time. Jack's just knitting. No one will ever know.
Right.
All right, why don't we end with just a quick go-through of Cyphus, because your level was a little bit of a non-entity, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I took level 2 in Cleric, which means, because for those of you who don't remember, I'm two levels of Cleric, 1 level in Bard. So I didn't really get much. I'm really good at all the knowledges. My highest is 13 in Arcana and History and Religion. Because I am built for knowledge checks. My base attack actually went to 1. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I have a surprisingly good fortitude save with +6. I didn't really get anything. I got for feat. I took spell focus conjuration because I need it for other feats later on. So I don't even really get a feat. It really was a non-entity. I have 30 health. That's all.
Well, the plus side, you get slightly longer with your summons.
Yeah, but I'm not summoning until I have, at least 2 more levels.
So what is kind of the general direction you're going with Cyphus? Are you going to be more into Cleric? Or are you going to do Bard next? Where's all this?
I'll probably keep going into Cleric simply because I want longer summons. I thought about putting a level in Summoner and getting summons that way, but then I was like, nah. I'll actually get Summon Monster level 2 faster doing it this way.
Okay.
And so I don't expect to ever do anything in combat, so I'm going to summon things instead. and they're going to be nightmarish, hellish creatures. I wanted to take the feat Believer's Boon, which would give me the Void, the Dark Tapestry domain ability to summon a horrific monster. But I need one more in my Wisdom, so I'm going to have to wait till 5th level for that. So that's just how it turns out.
All right, well, I think that pretty much covers everybody. For those of you in chat, thank you for joining us on this level up day. Next time, we will have more fun and excitement in the antique land of Ustalav. And we will see you next time. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
Later, folks.
Goodbye.